Nations organization has how many member countries? Hello mga kakognizans, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video, we're going to test your retention and understanding about Police Comparative System. So, let's start. Question number 1. This Philippine-based terrorist group is listed by United States of America as one of the major terrorist organizations in the world today. This renegade faction of a bigger organization working to have an independent state in the southern Philippines is involved in atrocities like kidnapping for ransom, ambuscades, raids, and the like. It is referred to as the blank. A. Moro Islamic Liberation Front. B. New People's Army. C. Abu Sayyaf Group. And D. Jimaya Islamiyah. Number 2. Its primary concern is to support the different police agencies in the world, particularly the member of countries in terms of intelligence sharing, investigative assistance, and the other police matters. This organization, known as Interpol, which is principally aimed to fight transnational crime and terrorism, is based in A. Lyons, France. B. New York City. C. Lyons, Australia. And D. Scotland Yard. Question number 3. Interpol stands for A. International Police. B. International Criminal Police Organization. C. International Police Organization. And D. International Criminal Police Organization League. Number 4. This component of the Netherlands Armed Forces is given police duties and considered a law enforcement agency. A. The Netherlands Police Agency. B. The Regional Police Forces. C. The Royal. D. The Local Police Forces. Number 5. The rank classification for PNP Police Commissioned Officer to be admitted to the UN Peacekeeping Force should be A. At least an inspector. B. At least a senior inspector. C. At least a chief inspector. And D. At least a superintendent. Number 6. PNP applicant for the UN Peacekeeping Force must have attained at least how many years of active police service as of the first day of ANSAT examination? A. 2. B. 4. C. 3. And D. 5. Number 7. This term best captures the profound transformation of the world economy since the beginning of the 1980s. It refers primarily to the progressive elimination of barriers to trade and investment and unprecedented international mobility of capital. A. Liberalization. B. Globalization. C. Economic cooperation. And D. Capitalization. Number 8. This police force in Spain is headed by an officer with the rank of Chief Superintendent. It is a civilian agency operating purely in urban areas. A. Policia Nacional. B. Guardia Civil. C. Mossos de Escuadra. And D. Policia Foral. Number 9. The Ministry of Public Security is the principal police authority of this country. A. China. B. Italy. C. United Kingdom, and D. Israel. Number 10. It is a crime which is now pervasive around the world and said to be the modern equivalent of slavery. A. Human trafficking. B. Exploitation. C. Human smuggling. And D. Money laundering. Number 11. The police force of this Southeast Asian country is headed by a Director General holding the rank of Police General. Its rank structure is patterned to the military model and its headquarters is based in the city of Bangkok. A. Royal Thai Police. B. Royal Malaysian Police. C. Royal Brunei Police Force. And D. South Korea. Number 12. A civilian law enforcement agency formed in 1954 and is known as Kasatsoko. A. Japan National Police Agency. B. Indonesian National Police. C. Cambodian National Police. And D. The Netherlands National Police. Number 13. The Palermo Convention, adopted in December 2000 by the heads of states in Italy, is aimed to fight or address the problem of A. Transnational organized crimes. B. Terrorism. C. Environmental crimes. And D. Economic crimes. Number 14. The selection of PNP personnel for secondment to international organizations, deployment to UN peacekeeping missions, and for other purposes is primarily based on A. Experience. B. Merit and fitness. C. Training acquired. And D. Political connection. Number 15. The famous patrol system of Japan is known as A. Crime Stopper. B. Cuban. C. Neighborhood Police Center. And D. Police Community Precinct. Number 15. Except for one, the competence needed by a PNP applicant to qualify for UN peacekeeping mission are the following. A. English communication skill. B. Vehicle driving skill. C. Martial arts skill. And D. Firearms proficiency. Number 17. The only Filipino who became president of the Interpol. A. Teodoro Natividad. B. Alfredo Lim. C. Jose Lokban. And D. Jolly Bogarin. Number 18. The Civilian National Police of Italy with patrol, investigative, and law enforcement duties. It patrols the expressway network and oversees the security of railways, bridges, and waterways. A. Polizia di Stato. B. Arma di Carabinieri. C. Guardia Costiera. And D. Policia Penitentiaria. Number 19. Asianapol was established in 1981 as an association of chiefs of police of how many countries members? A. 8. B. 12. C. 10. Letter D. 15. Number 20. As a policy of the Philippine government, the deployment detailed to the UN and other international peacekeeping missions, organization of PNP personnel, as well as the members of the Armed Forces of the Philippines is blank. A. A matter of right. B. A priority. C. A matter of discretion. And D. Only a privilege. Number 21. The movement of an employee from one department or agency to another which is temporary in nature and which may not require issuance of an appointment but may either involve reduction or increase in compensation is referred to as A. Detail, B. Transfer, C. Reassignment, and D. Secondment. Number 22. PNP personnel with ANSAS eligibility and has no previous UN mission deployment is the blank priority in the selection process. A. Last, B. Third, C. Second, and D. First. Number 23. The Interpol is focused in investigating what classification of crime? A. Public crime, C. Cross-border crime, C. Private crime, and D. Sensational crime. Number 24. Under the Federal Republic of Germany, the blank is being implemented by local agencies. A. Neighborhood crime, B. Comstat, C. Neighborhood Watch Program, and D. Crime Stoppers. Number 25. The age qualification of PNP applicant for UN peacekeeping mission is blank. A. Not less than 21 years old and not more than 30 years old. B. Not less than 25 years old and not more than 35 years old. C. Not less than 25 years old and not more than 53 years old. And D. Not less than 21 years old and not more than 35 years old. Number 26. Law enforcement in this part of Europe is provided by 8 separate police forces, 6 of which are national groups. What is this country? A. Spain, B. Germany, C. Italy, D. Netherlands. Number 27. The Hellenic Police, which was the result of the fusion of Gendarmerie and the City Police Forces, is the national police force of what country? A. Greece, B. East Germany, C. the Netherlands, and D. West Germany. Number 28. A PNP applicant for UN peacekeeping force should have blank appointment for his or her current rank. A. Temporary, B. Provisional, C. Permanent, and D. Semi-permanent. Number 29. Asianapol is association of what? A. Heads of state, B. Chiefs of police, C. Chiefs of Asian Law Enforcement Agency, and D. Police attaches. Number 30. At least what PNP non-commissioned officer's rank qualifies an applicant to become a UN peacekeeper? A. Police Officer 1, B. Police Officer 3, C. Police Officer 2, and D. Senior Police Officer 1. Number 31. In breaking equal rating for UN peacekeeping missions, the priority criterion to be considered is the blank of the applicant. A. Rank, B. Length of service, C. Educational attainment, and D. Eligibility. 31. The eligibility needed for admission in the UN peacekeeping deployment is A. ANSAS eligibility, B. ANSAT eligibility, C. NAPOLCOM eligibility, and D. CEC eligibility. Number 33. Among the following, which is not an objective of the Asianapol? A. To patronize the products of Asian member countries, B. To enhance police professionalism, C. To forge stronger regional cooperation in police work, D. To promote lasting friendship among the police officers of Asian countries. Number 34. The Japanese police follow what rank model? A. Military, B. European, C. British, and D. Dutch. Number 35. The recommendation of blank is a requirement for admission of the applicant to the UN peacekeeping mission. A. Mayor, B. Chief PNP, C. Congressman, and D. Unit Commander. Number 36. Immediately preceding the ansat examination, the applicant must have performance evaluation rating of at least 2 consecutive rating periods. A. Outstanding, B. Satisfactory, C. Very satisfactory, and D. Average. Number 37. Except for one, the PNP applicant for UN peacekeeping mission must be able to pass the following: A. Physical fitness test, B. Neuropsychiatric examination, C. Medical and dental examination, and D. Background investigation. Number 38. It is the blurring of geopolitical boundaries between nations so that the world has flattened, facilitating greater mobility of people and other resources from one geographical location to another, making the world as one village. A. World modernization, B. Global adventurism, C. Economic prosperity, and D. Globalization. Number 38. It is a government agency tasked to establish a shared central data base among law enforcement units in the Philippines for all information affecting peace and order and to address the global threat to national and international security. A. Armed Forces of the Philippines, B. National Bureau of Investigation, C. Philippine Center for Transnational Crime, and D. Philippine National Police. Number 40. Its motive is chiefly ideological under a desire for political change. A. Organized crime, B. Criminal syndicate, C. Terrorism, and D. Mafia. Number 41. To be accused of money laundering, the amount involved or transacted must be in excess of A. 1 million, B. 2 million, C. 4 million, and D. 5 million. Number 42. In Arabic, it is known as the base. It is the terrorist group responsible for the September 11, 2001 attacks of the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. and the World Trade Center in New York. A. El Tigre, B. Hezbollah, C. Al-Qaeda, and D. Al Capone. Number 43. The prime mover of globalization is A. United States, B. Canada, C. China, and D. England. Number 44. It is known as the Philippine Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002, A. Republic Act 9165, B. Republic Act 9160, C. Republic Act 9208, and D. Republic Act number 6423. Number 45. The Philippine government agency mandated to formulate policies, strategies, and programs on drug prevention and control. A. National Police Commission. B. Dangerous Drugs Board. C. Philippine Center for Transnational, and D. Philippine Drug. Number 46. The deliberate killing of top-ranking government officials and or prominent personalities is known as A. Hostage-taking, B. Assassination, C. Kidnapping, and D. Hijacking. Number 47. In the world of organized crime, it is the ultimate motive. A. Fame, B. Profit, C. Change of government, and D. Vanity. Number 48. Which among the following terms is not associated with terrorism? A. Violence, B. Fear, C. Coercion, and D. Protection racket. Number 49. The United Nations Convention defined it as a structured group of 3 or more persons existing for a period of time and acting in concert with the aim of committing one or more serious crimes or offenses in order to obtain directly or indirectly a financial or material or other material benefit. A. Organized crime group, B. Terrorist group, C. Bank robbery group, and D. Fundamentalist group. Number 50. Right wing as a political party refers to the A. Military, B. Communist, C. Ruling government, and D. Religious groups. Number 51. It is the leading anti-drugs agency in the Philippines which is under the office of the President. A. Philippine Center for Transnational Crime, B. Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, C. Dangerous Drug Board, and D. Philippine National Police. Number 52. The PDEA is headed by a blank. A. Chief of Staff, B. Director General, C. Commissioner, and D. Chairman. Number 53. Which among the following is a transnational organized crime group? A. Pentagon Group, B. Coratong Baliling Group, C. Lexus Carnapping Group, and D. Triads. Number 54. Which is not a characteristic of globalization? A. Free or open market, B. Internet revolution, C. Restricted policies on import and export, and D. Villagization. Number 55. When a communist-leaning group overthrows a ruling government, it is considered as A. Right-wing terrorism, B. Nationalist separatist terrorism, C. Left-wing terrorism, and D. Religious fundamentalist terrorism. Number 56. One of its characteristics is the indiscriminate use of violence against non-combatants for the purpose of gaining publicity for a group, cause, or individual. A. Warfare, B. Terrorism, C. Gangsterism, and D. Revolution. #57. The basic age qualification to become a PDEA drug enforcement officer is A. 21 to 30 years old, B. 21 to 35 years old, C. 18 to 25 years old, and D. 25 to 35 years old. 58. Dumping and illicit trade in hazardous waste is classified as A. Cybercrime, B. Environmental crime, C. Economic crime, and D. None of them. Number 59. Underground criminal societies based in Hong Kong which are often involved in money laundering and drug trafficking. A. Yakuza, B. Triads, C. Heijin OCG, and D. Redwa OCG. Number 60. It is the Philippine law that defines and penalizes human trafficking. A. RA 9208, B. RA 8043, C. RA 6955, and D. RA 9194. Number 61. The primary objective of globalization, as conceptualized by advocates, is blank. A. To combat transnational crime and terrorism. B. To integrate economies of different countries leading to a world economy. C. To adapt to American culture. And D. To focus on industrialization rather than agriculture. Number 61. An extremist Islamic group that is believed to be linked to Al-Qaeda and responsible for the bombing of a nightclub in Bali in 2002 that killed 192 people. It is a terrorist group that is reportedly training the MILF elements in Mindanao. A. Abu Sayyaf Group, B. Jamiah Islamiyah, C. Al-Qaeda, and D. Jamaah Islamiyah. Number 63. As far as combating crimes that cross national borders is concerned, what government agency in the Philippines takes the lead? A. Philippine National Police, B. National Bureau of Investigation, C. Interpol, and D. Philippine Center for Transnational Crime. Number 64. The law that established the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. A. Republic Act 6423, B. Republic Act 9165, C. Republic Act 6975, and D. Republic Act 9160. Number 65. What country in Southeast Asia, where the police force is under the military establishment? A. Myanmar, B. Cambodia, C. Laos, D. Brunei. Number 66. The general policing in the Australian Capital Territory are the primary responsibility of the A. State Police, B. Local Police, C. Special Police, and D. Federal Police. Number 67. The Chief of Staff of the Singapore Police Force holds the rank of Senior Assistant Commissioner. What is its equivalent rank in the Philippine National Police? A. Chief Superintendent, B. Director, C. Deputy Director General, and D. Senior Superintendent. Number 68. The blank is India's premier investigative agency and the counterpart of the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation. A. India's Federal Bureau of Investigation, B. National Bureau of Investigation, C. Central Bureau of Investigation, and D. National Investigation Agency. Number 69. Aside from keeping law and order, the police force of this country takes charge of prisons and fire services? A. Korea, B. Japan, C. Brunei, and D. Vietnam. Number 70. Private is the lowest rank of this Asian country. A. Myanmar, B. Singapore, C. Brunei, and D. Japan. Number 71. The Singapore Police Force is headed by A. Commissioner of Police, B. Superintendent of Police, C. Director of Police, and D. Inspector General of Police. Number 72. What country in Southeast Asia undertakes the police community outreach program known as the Rakan COP or the Rakan COP? A. Brunei, B. Malaysia, C. Indonesia, and D. Myanmar. Number 73. The first line of police response in the Philippine National Capital Region Police Office is the A. Police Community Precinct, B. Police District, C. SWAT, and D. Police Station. Number 74. Which among the following describes the Singapore Police Force? A. Centralized Single Police Force, B. Fragmented Police System, C. Decentralized Single Police Force, and D. Localized Police Force. Number 75. The lowest commissioned officer in the PNP is A. Police Officer 1, B. Senior Police Officer 4, C. Inspector, and D. Superintendent. Number 76. Generally, a policing in the United States of America is largely a responsibility of the A. Federal Police, B. State Police, C. Local Police, and D. Private Police. Number 77. The Hellenic Police Force is headed by A. Chief of Police, B. Commissioner of Police, C. Director General, and D. Brigadier General. Number 78. It is a government agency tasked to establish a shared central database among law enforcement units in the Philippines for all information affecting peace and order to address the global threat to national and international security. A. Armed Forces of the Philippines, B. National Bureau of Investigation, C. Philippine Center for Transnational Crime, and D. Philippine National Police. Number 79. The Singapore Police Force is divided into two major functions, the staff and line units. If the staff function is equivalent of administration in the PNP, what is the equivalent of the line unit? A. Investigation, B. Operation, C. Logistics, and D. Auxiliary. Number 80. A sub-organization or unit of the National Police Agency of Japan, which provides personal security for the Emperor, Crown Prince, and other members of the imperial family, as well as the physical security of imperial properties, including the Imperial Palace, Villas, and Repository. A. Imperial Guard, B. Imperial Army, C. Prefectural Police, and D. Security Bureau. Number 81. What is the primary subdivisions of the Philippine National Police? A. Municipal police stations. B. City police stations. C. Police provincial offices. And D. Police regional offices. Number 82. The first and the largest police force in Australia. Its personnel are the highest paid police force in the country. A. Queensland Police. B. Victoria Police. C. New South Wales Police. And D. Tasmania Police. Number 83. The American police system is A. Single centralized. B. Fragmented. C. Single decentralized. And D. Unified. Number 84. Prefecture in Japan is equivalent of blank in the Philippines. A. Region. B. Town. C. Province. And D. City. Number 85. Inspector General is the highest rank in the Royal Brunei Police Force. What agency in the Philippines is headed by the Inspector General? A. Philippine National Police. B. Internal Affairs Service. C. National Police Commission. And D. People's Law Enforcement Board. Number 86. The crime reduction program runs in the state of Australia was involved the citizens to collect information about crime and passes it on to the police is referred to as A. Crime Stoppers. B. Comstat System. C. Cuban. And D. Crime Watch. Number 87. Bonus 87. So let us proceed. Number 88. The ranks of superintendent and inspector are patterned from A. American model. B. Australian model. C. French model. And D. British model. Number 89. In West Germany, the responsibility of general policing is on hand of A. Federal Police. B. State Police. C. Policy. And D. Gestapo. Number 90. This world organization was founded in 1945 and was formerly known as the League of Nations. Its primary task is to stop wars between countries and to provide a platform for dialogue. A. United Nations. B. United States of America. C. Vatican State. And D. World Federation of Nations. Number 91. Blank is the U.S. federal agency which is the counterpart of the Philippine Presidential Security Group in charge of protecting the U.S. President and his family, including past presidents. It works under the structure of the Department of Treasury and is also in charge of the detection and prevention of counterfeiting. A. FBI. B. Secret Service. C. U.S. Marshals. And D. Imperial Guard. Number 92. The Community Policing Program in Singapore, which is the counterpart of Japan's residential boxes, is known as A. Koban. B. Police Community Precinct. C. Police Detachment. And D. Neighborhood Police Center. Number 93. The Box Policy is the centralized paramilitary police force of what part of Germany? A. East Germany. B. West Germany. C. North Germany, and D. South Germany. Number 94. The Myanmar Police, known as the People's Police Force, is headed by the Director General with the rank of Brigadier General. In the Philippines, the PNP is headed by the Chief PNP with the rank of what? A. Chief Superintendent, B. Director, C. Director General, and D. Brigadier General. 95. The residential police boxes in Japan's police system are known as A. Chusaisho, B. Cops on the Block, C. Neighborhood Watch, and D. Rakan Cop or Rakan COP. Number 96. This government agency is tasked to administer and control the Philippine National Police. A. DILG, B. NAPOLCOM, C. Armed Forces of the Philippines, and D. Office of the President. Number 97. The use of violence for political ends and includes any use of violence for the purpose of putting the public or any section of the public in fear is one among the definitions of A. Terrorism, B. Organized crime, C. Revolution, and D. Coup d'etat. Number 98. Which among the following federal police agencies do general policing in its jurisdiction? A. U.S. Federal Police, B. Australian Federal Police, and C. Indian Federal Police, and D. German Federal Police. Number 99. It is a multi-layered dynamic approach to crime reduction, quality of life improvement, and personnel and resource management conceptualized by the New York Police Department. A. Crime Watch, C. Neighborhood Watch, C. Comstat System, and D. Crime Stopper. And finally, last number for our practice and guide questions on Police Comparative System, number 100. The United Nations Organization has how many member countries? A. 192, B. 188, C. 292, and D. 288. So that's the end of our practice and guide questions on Police Comparative System. And the answers of these practice and guide questions will be found on the comment section. And please continue reading and listening, of course, to my uploaded videos regarding to the Police Comparative System. Once again, thank you and God bless us all.